Welcome back to another episode of PreRunner Chaos. Everyone seemed to like the last one where we kind of gave you a deep dive of everything I broke on it. So we're about halfway from Baja 1000 to King the Hammer. So I figured we'd do a quick little check-in on what's happening. There's still a lot going on, but we've discovered some things, so I figured I'd keep you guys up to date. Let's begin. As always, we'll start at the front. We still haven't addressed, the hood is still a little bent. It fits, but it's still a little bent. Jumping basically to like some bigger things is our headers. We decided we couldn't figure out where they're leaking, why they're leaking. It just seemed like, I don't know, they had a lot of leaks, and there was a lot of slip joints and multiple V-bands, so we decided just to simplify it. This 4-to-1 doesn't make as much horsepower, I guess, or performance-wise, we're a little limited. Luckily, we have plenty of horsepower and torque thanks to our Ford Megazilla. But, so, basically one V-band here, and then there's like another V-band down. Tried to keep it very simple, and then straight into our Borla muffler. Just eliminating slips, V-bands, places to leak because I'm tired of getting poisoned. It is fun, but it's just not that good of a high, if I'm gonna be honest. It just makes you sleepy.
I had a raging headache and I was just like, oh, God, I just want to.
I was asleep.
And feel like crap the rest of the day. All right, so that we've gone through, replaced all the bolts. There was a lot of bolts worn out, kind of not the right sizes, whatnot. Addressed some issues on the snouts up here that we were concerned with. Brakes, I knocked a brake line off our Brembo brakes, so we did a tap. So just how, right now the brakes basically were mounted like this on the front. This being the lowest point, and there was nothing protecting it. Going down Fred's Tractor Trail, we had a rock blow that off. Or actually, I guess it was this, that's the bleeder, but don't hate on me, internet. So knocked this off, it actually bent it, and then we lost brakes, which gets Western going down Fred's. Luckily, we were in a good situation. It could have been a lot worse, to be honest. Could have been really, really bad, like really bad, thinking back on it, but you know, we didn't die. So to address that issue, instead of it having all the way down here on the bottom, they just tapped into the side right here, and we'll put that there. And then this will just get capped, making it a little safer on our beautiful Brembo brakes. Okay, that's the front. I'm just going off memory here, so don't hate me. As we move this way, this is one of the more exciting things for Christopher. It's the little things in life, but prepare yourself. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? No more blue. This really gets me going. I feel like it looks like a different truck. I open it up and I'm like, this isn't even my truck, bro. It looks different. The blue is like so in your face. This is kind of like boring now, but clean, classy. Did it real simple, did it right here in the shop. Scotch-Brighted her up and then sprayed her. So it's really starting to look good in my opinion. It's all pretty dirty because we've been doing some stuff, but I mean, she looks good. You can't deny it. Still have to do up here, which I'm debating whether I cut the windshield out or not. I'd really not like to, but that's probably the best way to do it, is take the windshield out, paint up there, and then reinstall the windshield. But my windshield budget is pretty over because I think I broke like 4 of them this year, or 5 of them. So, you know, if I do another windshield, I might get in trouble. No, but that was cool. This all looks pretty good. Added this door seal right here, which on the other side, we were missing this whole plastic thing. I can show you on the other side. So we installed that. And then on this, we added this whole door seal, thanks to the Eisenhower brothers for pointing this out. So I'm hoping that helps keep some of the dust out. Redid some of the seals here, really trying to get this thing tightened up, because I was saying we have holes in our cab that we can't seem to find. You know, we're addressing things like this, but we're still finding little leaks here and there. So we took smoke bombs. I ordered smoke bombs, like the ones you'd have at 4th of July when you're a kid, and we like bombed this thing color-wise. I had like red and yellow and stuff to try to get it, but we closed the cab, but you couldn't find, we could smell it, but it wasn't, we couldn't see it. My theory didn't work. I was hoping like it'd be like there would just be like a chimney of like red smoke coming out and I'd be like, the hole. But unfortunately that didn't work, so it'd be like that sometimes. Other things we are addressing, and I'll go through my list when we get there, but so yeah, the black, very happy, Christopher. As we move back here, as you can see, we're touching up all this stuff. This is just normal wear and tear. Stuff gets destroyed out in the desert. So since we have it all apart right now, doing it all, painting our Optima battery trays, etc. I think I did mention we had this like ticking. We thought it was the front hub. We couldn't figure out where it was coming from. The front hub kept coming loose, so we were like, maybe it was that, but to me it felt more lower and in the back. Well, it turns out it was our third member. She was leaving the chat. She had a lot of damage done to it. Like teeth were missing and stuff was rattling around in there. So sent that to Evan Weller, my boy AJ, got her all cleaned up in literally like 2 days. So it was pretty impressive. So got that reinstalled, painted the rear end housing, new brake pads, all that stuff is coming along as we come across here. Yeah, the beautiful paint, getting this all painted up. This just takes a beating and we got to make it sure it looks good for our Optima blue tops, and then also my CP94 license plate. Pretty dope in my opinion. As you come across here, you can see we're still painting this. Sadly, I did have to, this is still blue. I'll survive, but my VIN number. Since this truck's been highly modified, we do like a stamped one. So yeah, I can show you. So for the Bose headsets, where is it? I got some hemp filters today. HEPA filters, right? I think that's what they're called. These actually showed up today. These are what I'm gonna mount in the cab to try to circulate when we do get dust, to suck the dust up so we're not just chilling in the dust. We got these to hold the Bose headsets. These things flop around everywhere and they're stupid expensive. Like just for a cord is like hundreds and hundreds of dollars just for this box. So trying to protect those the best I can because it's stupid expensive. So bought these. Then also when I was on Etsy, they haven't showed up yet, but Ben doesn't even know this. I bought sticker kits for our headsets. Look, hopefully they look cool. I got one to try, but they have all different styles and stuff. So I kind of want to do something like, dude, they look kind of baller. Etsy gets me every time, dude. I go on Etsy and I'm like, I need to buy one thing like this. And then it's like, I've just bought the most random 3D printed accessories and stickers and whatever that I really don't need in my life, but at that moment it does seem right. This. Remember I was saying, since we were getting carbon monoxide poisoning, I bought a little meter that we're gonna mount on the dash. So next time we're getting it, it at least warns you, because it's kind of a silent killer. So yeah, safety. We're working on it. I'm trying to be a better person. One thing kind of cool that I didn't show in the past is for a steering cooler to keep the power steering cool. We repurposed a Fox like finned reservoir, or it's their cool kind of oil cooler thing that we use on the shocks. Repurposed it for that, so kind of cool. And that's one thing. Our shocks are all getting serviced right now, so waiting for all those. I'm hoping to have those back ASAP because we're gonna wrap some things up here. At least put it on the coilovers. I'm not sure if the bypass are gonna be done yet, and then take it down to Croyer to get tuned properly. Now that everything is hopefully final as far as drivetrain stuff. Seems like it keeps changing, but we have intake, exhaust, all that stuff hopefully is where we want to be. All right, so here, that new piece I was talking about, so ordered that, got a new door seal here, and then also added this. This one we had to get a little creative on because Christopher did some serious damage at King of the Hammers last year. Yep. Right when I got this poor thing. We did straighten this. This was all bent. That hadn't been really addressed from when I smashed that boulder a while back. So we fixed that, and then this just kind of banged out some of it, but it's kind of, it is what it is. We're kind of stuck with it. To fix that, like we'd have to have like a body guy come in probably to do something, but I mean, I'm sure it's fixable, but for what we're doing, it's not affecting us. Normally when the door's there, you don't notice it. I shouldn't even have pointed it out, oh, Christopher screw up and now we're talking about it, cut this video. So jumping back to the exhaust and headers and stuff, as you can see, a lot of slips. We're just trying to eliminate that. So slips here, so you know, you have 4 slips there, then 2 slips here, then this V-band, and this V-band wasn't seating properly. It was, the way they designed it, it was literally like, it was like 2 males, not like a male and a female. So that was for sure a big leak, but then we were getting a ton of leaking here. Not ideal, especially when you spend a lot of money having headers built, but we won't talk about that. I love doing things twice because these were all built by someone else. But now we decided just gotta do it yourself. As you can see, lots of bolts and stuff, all pretty, they've seen better days. A lot of stuff, you know, we bought this truck almost a year ago, but this is our first time that we're really getting to be able to do like a deep dive into everything. We've have time, and a lot of it's now it's getting worn out. So do all this, hopefully for the next couple, you know, this will last us a race or two, a couple races. That is the one goal with this thing, is not having to tear it down like we tear the trophy truck down all the time. Is more just get this thing to a good reliable point, and then we can just do slight preps, small things, address the issues that we are having, and hopefully make that list smaller and smaller every time we do it. A lot of other things we're just starting on, like the rear camera, like figuring out how we're gonna route it, how we're gonna power it. Same with like the rear AC. I just ordered a Switch Pro system instead of adding to Motec and stuff, which I know it's better to keep it all in the same family, but Motec's very expensive and hard to program, and it just gets out of hand. So I decided to do a simpler, just a Switch Pros, a lot more plug and play, and kind of help us expand our wiring harness without breaking the bank and kind of getting similar things. We don't need like a full Motec system to run AC and lights and cameras and stuff. While it is nice, we do have to every once in a while think about budgets. Still working on what I'm gonna do as far as seats wise and seat belts. I do need to make a decision sooner or later. But for right now, these are what's staying. They work. Like I said, they're not my favorite, but they work. So beggars can't be choosers. But yeah, that's kind of a wrap on, this is just our current update. We'll have a more final update, but these are some of the big things working in here, what we've been trying to address as this poor thing gets ready for another beating. Kicking the hammers is like way less pre-running. And honestly, the course is a lot smoother too. Way less just like aggressive, violent. Especially like San Felipe, this poor thing. Don't tell her that's what's next. But King of the Hammers that. But we do take a huge beating because literally so we race the first weekend at King of the Hammers, and then the second week at King of the Hammers, I'm just there hanging out, and I just drive this thing like my daily. Why take anything else while you get there twice as fast. Yeah, there's like, if you've ever been to King of the Hammers, there's like a one road in, one road out, 70,000 people on a lake bed. So you can imagine it's chaos. And off to the side of on the main roads, there's just like these huge whoops. They used to not be that big, but now they've gotten bigger and bigger. And like you'll get guys in like Jeeps and stuff like, oh, I'm gonna hop in the whip line. And you know, the main road in's going 10 miles an hour. They're going like 12, just getting their shit rocked. And then we come by. I always feel bad. We're like doing like 70. I have to always tape it down because there's people everywhere. But literally, we could be doing like 100 through there, but we're doing like 50, 60, just past everyone, just like, sorry, my bad, just kind of in a hurry. Christopher's running late like always. Like with our coffee, guy in the Jeep's just like, that's our favorite. We'll make sure we should do like a highlight video of that. And then we're like going by and like, oh, oof, looks like traffic's pretty bad today. And then I have like back lines into everything to get into King of the Hammers because I am I'm not patient, and especially traffic and stuff. And it's like unorganized traffic, where this thing, you kind of just roll the windows up, headsets on, just, sorry guys, yep. Oh, there's that asshole again, my bad. That's people saying stuff to me, but yeah, she's my daily in King of the Hammers. The only thing is I can't take her up the rocks. No Chocolate Thunder for me, which is probably better. That's one thing I do have to address. I have to fix the headlights on this thing. If not, King of the Hammers get real Western. We'll put the big light bar on though for KOH, so we can just blind some people with our rigid lights. But that's your update. Thanks for checking in. We'll see you on the next one.